Finally, the finale episode of the Paranormal Chat Show. The entire idea was to keep entertaining you people while keeping ourselves entertained by listening to these amazing personalities and people from different field who believe or have worked in the paranormal. And finally, after 8 episode, and this is the ninth episode, we thought, let's just take a break. Will Because we have actually exhausted our contact list, and now we have to find more people. Though there are many who are already in queue, and we have some people from the Conjuring series and other people who will be shortly disclosed in the next season. But we thought, what better it would be than to end season one with today's guest, who has been such a great support to say and mentor to us, to pairs, to what we do, in believing our work and believing in what we do. So tonight's guest is it's actually a long introduction. So I'll have to read it out so that I don't miss out things. So first thing first, he founded world's first online auction portal for original Bollywood memorabilia, bollywoodauction.com, which was subsequently acquired by Bazi.com, which is now eBay India. And he founded India's first story company by the name The Story Inc. and has produced India's first five-country co-production international film, Marigold. And he also has produced India's first found footage horror film. Many of you know, almost all of you know, Ragini MMS. And and these are just few things that he has done. And his company, which is India's number one book to screen company, has over 75 book to screen adaptation deals in the year 2019 to 2020, and he has more things coming up. He is a super busy guy, but we are fortunate enough to have him tonight with us. Sidharth sir, welcome to the Paranormal Chat Show.
Hi guys.
Hello,
Hello,
How are you?
sir. We are good, sir. How are you?
So I have one question for you all before you all ask me anything.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
sure.
How are the spirits? How is the spirit world dealing with the lockdown and with all this
Oh,
COVID thing?
the activities have gone up. They have
Yeah.
actually
Really?
gone up. Yes. So,
It has actually happened, and so like we shared the poster, and someone commented on my post that may the spirit be with you. And deep inside, I'm thinking Siddharth sir is not going to agree with this.
But you always have a spirit next to you.
Always, sir.
As per my experience.
yeah.
I'm waiting for a glitch on my this call now.
Oh, so please.
Oh,
फिर खराब हो जाएगा.
Yeah, so yeah, we have been busy during this lockdown. There have been a lot of people getting in touch because the activities went up. Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So, sir, with the same, I mean, in the same this thing, I would just like to ask my first question. Do you really believe in the paranormal? And if yes, have you had any personal paranormal experience?
So I believe that there is something that I don't understand and which can be scary. And I've always been a bit scared as a kid. In fact, when I should travel, I travel a lot alone sometimes. And I switch to the television and the lights on at night. I don't know why.
Okay.
And so there is a little, so there is some fear. Maybe it comes from stories when we heard as a kid. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my experiences, the only funny experience or spooky experience I had was when I sent you guys a video last year.
Yeah.
There's a glitch in the video. So that's one thing. And once when you visited my office, I
Yeah.
felt something move.
Yes.
So these are my real first-hand experiences. But I've heard so many stories from people. So I believe that there is definitely something there.
Okay.
And I don't want to be overconfident and say, no, there's nothing.
Okay.
Of course, we have to respect these things.
Yeah.
So I believe that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sir, coming that of the entire thing, as not the entire thing, as in the first thing that people are going to point out is about Ragini MMS, and that how it was made and everything, and that it is India's first found footage horror movie. So, sir, what was the idea behind it? Many people say that it is actually taken from a real story, and that is it is some people say that it is based on Stephen King's some book or novel, and then there are many claims to it. So what was the story or idea behind producing this movie?
So see, we had I had a bunch of writers who had worked on the first film. I would say one, two, three, definitely at least three writers had worked, right? And people get influenced from things I don't know. But the point is, you know, I wanted to make a film that would be shot in one location in 10 days with two actors. And that was a brief that I gave my writers, and that's how the process started. And it came with and actually first we thought we'll make a short film.
Okay.
And then we thought, if we can extend the number of days, and can we maybe make a longer film? And then I had seen Paranormal Activity, and I'd seen that how with minimal resources they made something that looked real. So that was the goal. I don't think we achieved everything that we thought because we had a very young team. A lot of people were first timers. The writers were first time. The director was first time. So a lot of new actors were acting were new. So it was a very new team. And keeping that in mind, I thought we got a decent output.
Yeah.
And we could have obviously done better. We wanted to make a lot of changes, maybe shoot certain things differently. We didn't get the money. We didn't have the resources. So with whatever resources we had, we made it. And that's how it sort of turned out. So it was really a case of desperation. And I wanted to prove that with no known actors, with no known writers, directors, with just an interesting idea, we could make something that people might want to watch in the theater.
Okay.
And we shot it all digital, so it was quite a challenge.
Yeah.
There was no post-production, workflow that was meant for digital.
Okay.
So it was a tricky project, very risky. Most people didn't have faith in it actually. Most people thought it's a waste of our time and money, not work. In those days it's been 8-9 years now.
Yeah.
So it was very, very risky for those times. Now we talk about it, seems fine, but
yeah, actually in 2011 producing and having something called as India's first found footage horror, to hear even is pretty much exciting. Okay, found footage horror is like a whole different thing than what we generally see. But I think then the timing was different even for the Indian audience. May have influenced that thing.
Okay, so coming to my next question, first thing that I have already told you, but I want the audience to know that you have an amazing office.
Yes.
We absolutely love your office. And the first time we actually came in, we were flabbergasted to see the number of books you have. So, and I'm sure you must be getting, new books on a very regular basis. So, how do you actually pick out that one right book that can be pitched or maybe produced? So, how do you actually choose out of this? So many books.
See, its first thing is judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
So, because the thing is, we have to always sell things to people, right?
Yeah.
To producers, to directors, to actors, to financiers, distributors, and then to audiences. So if something can sell, if it's commercial, it's a business, right? The title, the cover, the synopsis, the blurb, the concept. First, those things have to work, because if those things are not working, it's going to be tough to make other things work. Yeah. Obviously, the main thing is the plot. Is the idea interesting? Will it hold? If it's for episodic, does it have enough multiple tracks for us to put in the binge element? If it's for a film, then does it have that one thing in a film that will attract the audience, or a big star or a big director or the audiences with an interesting idea? So various elements, and at the end it's all instinct. I've been doing this, reading material, pitching material, creating material, working with writers, directors since almost 18-19 years now. So over a period of time, you get feedback, you work on so many things. Some succeed, some fail. So you learn the most from your failures. From successes, you keep building them. So, I think that process of learning, and then in that process, your instinct becomes natural, right? So like how you probably walk into a haunted old house and you feel, "Yahan to kuch hai."
Yeah, right.
I feel like that. When I pick up a book now, isme to kuch hai.
Ye book mein kuch
Pages are
hai.
talking to me. Huh.
Perfect.
And you
Got
know, and I'll make a confession. There are times when I've pitched a book without even reading the book because the idea is so
Oh.
strong and powerful.
Okay.
it. Wow.
Like your
Okay. Okay.
Like your book.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll come there. So, but the thing is, I did pitch it for the first time without reading it.
Okay. Now, sir, now have you read it?
Huh?
And
Yeah.
अभी आपने पढ़ा है?
I have to always say yes in public.
But sir,
There's no no in public.
if sir someone asks you, okay, how many books you have read until now, like आपने पढ़ा है अभी तक, sir, what would be the approximate number if you any estimate?
See, I've been reading since I was a kid. Okay, and if I include comic books, then I think there are hundreds. I'm sure it's probably thousands by now. So I've been reading. I read. So as a kid, I used to read every night before sleeping. But there was no phone, there was no iPad, there was no internet, there was no Instagram. So I'm much older than you guys. So I lived at a time when I was a kid. There was no internet. Forget phone. There was no mobile phone. There was no internet. So we had only books and comic books. So I have gone through that era. Fortunately.
Yeah.
So यही कर सकते थे और क्या कर सकते. So
I
I don't want to
remember-
fight with my sister anymore.
I remember asking him when we were sitting in your office that how does sir manage? I
Yeah.
mean, reading
Like so many
much.
books.
How do you manage? I remember.
So see, I'm also a collector. As you've seen, I collect things.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
also kabaddi. So I like to buy things, So I'm a compulsive buyer. So there are a lot of books which I've only bought, never opened,
Oh.
never read. There are some books which I use for reference. So
Okay.
it's a mixed bag. I won't
Okay.
lie, because there are spirits around us. Right. Take that risk.
Okay.
But then, sir, now that you shared about our book and everything, sir, you auction so many books of different genres, horror, as in romantic ho gaya, comedy ho gaya, fiction, non-fiction, everything, so many of them. Like the most
Correct.
recent ones I've seen of the fire tragedy, I think that happened. You were talking last
Yeah.
time in your Instagram session.
Dupar Cinema Fire.
Yes,
Trial by Fire.
yes, that one, and then the recent ones of that 7 or 8 book deal that you just had with a production house from Hollywood. So, sir, all these different genres, how difficult or easy it is to pitch a book that is from the horror genre?
So see, horror, usually if you notice around you, the biggest of the stars and the biggest of the directors, they don't say yes to horror easily.
Huh.
If you
Right.
notice.
Yes.
Usually these are actors, directors and companies which are not the biggest mainstream names.
Yeah.
Right? So horror, and also horror to be effective also needs great sound as an audience.
Huh.
So if I am in a theater, I have the audience captive, then the visual and the sound is so effective.
Yeah.
But when I'm on a mobile phone or just watching on TV, there's limitation to sound and there's limitation to what you can do with sound and visual.
Yeah.
So I think, for streaming, horror can be a tough genre for
Okay.
episodic.
Okay.
But how do I also create the episodic binge?
Hmm.
How long can I say कि Jaws दिखेगा? Fear of Jaws.
Huh.
Right? So fear of a ghost, you can't reveal it. You
Hmm.
have to prolong it.
Huh.
So in a series, you want to continue the story.
Hmm.
So it is difficult, but I still think it's an opportunity. And there's so many stories that can be told in different ways. So I think horror drama,
Yeah.
whichever
Yeah.
horror thriller might be more
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wherein, there is a spirit and maybe it's a love story, maybe it's a rom-com. Why should it only be horror? It has to be scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It could be Casper the Friendly Ghost also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Or it could be Ghost Hunters. Like your story, the reason I like your story is because it's not about one ghost. It's a drama. It's a relationship story.
Yeah.
Story of two characters, so it's their story.
Hmm.
And in each episode is a different ghost and spirit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we can approach it that way also.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I really wanted to text Samit sir regarding this series that comes on Voot. It goes by the name Evil. Evil. उसमें क्या होता है कि so things are actually happening paranormal, but there is a team of who is a pastor from a church and a technical guy and a lady who is a psychologist. So how they are debunking while investigating the paranormal. It's a crime sort of thing, but it is so well made. I was thinking कि sir को I'll message on Facebook and let him know because it's an amazing one. Maybe if you say, I can share that with you, and maybe you can share with him.
Yeah. Send it to me, and
Yeah.
I will loop him in.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I'm very curious. I'm very, very keen to set something up,
Hmm.
based on your adventures. So,
Hmm.
as we discussed, we'll
Yes.
talk about it offline.
Yes.
Yes. So, sir, you have worked with the Hollywood as well as with the Bollywood. Now, where horror movies go, the people of our country, they love watching Hollywood horror.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the ones which are made in Bollywood, there are still hiccups happening. Like, for example, the recent one, Betal series. As investigators, we absolutely loved that series, the zombie concept and everything. But still, there were people who were not so happy. They were trying to find logic, but the same people love the Hollywood, the same zombie stuff. So, is it something that the Bollywood needs to change, or is it the mindset of the people that needs to change where this goes? I mean, what is your take on this?
So, I think, horror, like, for example, when I speak to horror fans, right, and I ask them why do they like horror, they say they want to get scared.
Yeah.
So, the one thing is, what expectations do audiences have? So, for example, I remember there was a film that I saw many years ago called Let the Right One In. It was a vampire horror drama. It was a very serious drama, right? Now, people who like to watch the usual horror films, great sound and scare, and not gore, scare.
Yeah.
Jerks like Food, Ramkumar Verma's, Ragini
Yes.
MS. These are all, they cater to that kind of an audience. But there's another audience which is saying, "Ye to theek hai, sound on fine. Give me a good story.
Yeah.
Take me through a drama or a story arc and characters and when things are happening and unfolding, like in any other regular thriller mystery."
Yes.
So then there are different audiences, and what we do in India, we put them all in one box, horror. But that's not true. Like, I would prefer to watch a horror drama unfold, which is serious and which is more realistic, than a very sound effects driven horror.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to watch those films, right? So there are different audiences for those, and in India, we have to now. I think OTT streaming has given us an opportunity to create different stories for different audiences. People can watch what they want to watch. Earlier, because it was theatrical, anybody who's coming in theater for horror, all kinds of fans, their only option is, "Jo Friday ko film lagi horror ye dekha." So then it becomes a challenge, right? So I think now it will change. I think in the next 2, 3, 4 years, we'll see more nuanced horror coming. And it will be segregated, not just one horror category, but in subcategories.
Okay.
Actually, sir, this is what actually I was coming to ask, because आपने ये ScareCon में भी बोला था that 2020 onwards, the contents that you are seeing, which are coming to you, and things that the way they are going ahead, that everything is going to change. As in this years, they are going to be game changers for the content for OTT platforms as well as other platforms where people are getting entertained.
Now, but I said that, I also said, read the terms and conditions properly.
Yeah.
You
हाँ,
should have
sir,
read
वही.
Pandemic is also there, no?
हाँ, exactly.
You
Yes.
have to postpone it by 1 year.
Sir, so as per you, now that things are opening up, but then many people are still scared. Like you said, के office चालू हो गई है, but you are still at home taking it. Like you are trying to keep yourself protected. And so are other people like us. We are not going to office. We are working घर से ही फिलहाल. Do you think, sir, this is going to have, of course we know it is going to have a severe effect on the way things are shot and produced and everything, but sir, how soon, or how do you think the plans are going to be once things starts to open up and people are going to shoot? Because I think yesterday or today I read the rumor that Akshay Kumar's next is going to be shot in London next month. So no idea if it is true or not, but people are preparing. So how is it going to affect you, do you think?
See, the effect will be that a lot of big things and complicated things will be postponed for now.
Yeah.
Right? Simpler things, one location things, fewer resources, fewer people. Maybe that will start first.
Okay.
The big things will get pushed. So, and I think people will also come to terms with this whole pandemic thing in the next 2, 3 months. Depending on herd, have we developed herd, herd immunity?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Is there a vaccine available? So I think it's too early to start predicting things. I would say July is when we'll have more clarity. But definitely, I think this year will be not that productive in terms of shooting and executing things. There'll be cash flow problems. People won't have enough money to spend. And so those issues will have to be dealt with first. And I think this demand is not gone. It's just been postponed.
Yeah.
Right.
So all that content will get made. Maybe next year will be a bumper year for people, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see this demand phasing out. It's just postponed.
Right.
Okay.
So we have to work and survive
More 6 months.
this period. Yes. I don't know, 6. It could be 2-3 months.
Yeah.
I would say 6.
Okay.
I think things will start picking up. We are human beings. And Indians are jugadus.
Yeah.
Indians will jugad. Things will happen. And somebody will find some other solution.
Right.
So I'm optimistic that in 2-3 months we'll find ways to work around.
Okay.
We always do. We always
Yes.
bounce back, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, sir, we'll go to our fun segment. That's the rapid fire. So, we have a few questions for you. Okay. So, the first one: fiction or non-fiction?
Your choice.
Your choice.
Non-fiction.
Non-fiction. Okay. One Hollywood horror movie that you would like to produce here in Bollywood.
The Shining.
So many people.
So many people are naming that movie. Okay. Your favorite book?
Favorite book? God. Life of Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite genre?
Favorite genre is romantic comedy.
Okay.
Nice.
Rom-com.
Okay. Your first reaction if you ever encounter a real ghost?
I'll call your phone first. So phone karo what to call you guys.
And last one, we have a situation. You are in London. You're fast asleep in your hotel room. It's 3 a.m. at night. You wake up by something spooky and you realize that the entire hotel is haunted. What would you do?
Commit suicide and become a ghost
Ouch.
and haunt other people.
Oh my god.
I've always thought, how does that work? So say if I kill myself, then will I be a ghost or not?
You know, I mean,
Because I really want to be a fun ghost. I want to have great fun actually.
you know, people have actually asked that question that not to us directly, but randomly, that suppose some investigator is investigated in a haunted location, and suppose they die, that means their spirit will be stuck amongst the the evil ones forever. I mean, the crazy questions they do come up, but I don't think you'll be committing suicide, so for sure.
No, but, I really want to know: is there a way to turn into a ghost? Like, is there a system? Is there a book? Is there something in our scriptures or somewhere, or are there really like black magic spells that we cannot
So
turn into
it's
ghosts?
like-
It's so much fun.
It's like the human beings who are good, they are vibrating at a higher frequency. So when they depart, when they pass, when they cross over, there is someone always there waiting to receive them. So
Oh.
they won't be stuck.
So pick up and drop system has been
It's
already
very
pre-booked.
But sir, you can still experience that thing. There is a thing
I can
called
experience.
out of body experience.
No,
I've heard
not,
of it.
Yeah.
not dying and
Not dying, but sir, how it feels when the soul leaves the body. It's called the out of body experience. There are so many people who have died and those who have come back, as in they have been declared clinically dead, but then after 20 minutes they are back again, and then they have shared their
Because I
story.
have a story. Someone
Yeah.
sent me a story like this.
Okay.
That one person could not come back and now he's stuck.
Oh.
That's that person's story.
wow.
But sir, एक question है जो कि sir, wherever we have shared your poster to in our groups and everything, there is a one question that keeps popping up, and it's a very common question when we are having the session. Someone from the industry directly is that why and when India will have a show like Ghost Adventures where investigators are going to investigate places. And why is that still not happening, even though we have splits villa, roadies, and everything that are happening right now? So, sir, anything that you would like to say?
See, the thing now is that Splitsvilla, Roadies, and all these shows, now, you think they're real, but they're not real.
Yeah.
Right? They're all like scripted non-fiction. Sorry. Right? So,
Yeah.
I feel that the thing is, India is still evolving on the TV content side.
Huh.
And also, paranormal investigators is a new phenomenon.
Yes.
5 years ago, I did, we used to call them tantrics.
Huh.
You know?
Yes.
Black magic, tantric.
Right,
And
right.
so it's a new thing. It's a new culture.
Mm.
And I think like another 1-2 years, people will be more aware of this. That okay, one can look at this category of paranormal investigators for real. And then I think you'll see a lot of popular culture content happening.
Okay.
Okay.
You just have to be a little patient.
Okay.
Like for example, your book is coming out, it'll come out. The awareness will increase
Hmm.
Yeah.
that people like these exist.
Yeah.
Right.
Then people will be inspired to say, "Acha, kya kare iska?"
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, sir. इतना ही था. हमने से ज़्यादा रखा ही नहीं, so that we don't have to waste much of your time.
No, I'm free.
But sir, thank you so much for
Thank you so much, sir, for
yeah,
finding
exactly.
time for us.
and answering
No,
all these
absolutely.
questions. We don't know if they were silly or if they're good, but हम दोनों ने जितना हुआ हमारा दिमाग लगा कि हमने.
Fun tha. I mean, I think I got good marks. So,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'll text you the series thing, and then
Sure.
if you can share, that would be great actually for him to watch, because it's amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
Thank
sir.
you, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
sir.
so
Have
much.
Stay safe.
Thank
a
you.
great night and take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, and that was Paranormal Chat Show with Mr. Sidharth Jain, or Sidharth sir as we call him. Yes, so this is the end of the 9 episode series of the Paranormal Chat Show. It was so amazing having people from different field. We got actors, we got comedy veterans, we got award-winning authors, we got directors of Betal, Criminal Justice, Lappa Chappi, Neil D. Silva, Shivam Bhargava, Vishal sir, who directed Criminal Justice and Lappa Chappi, and then he's coming up with Chori, which is a remake of his movie Lappa Chappi, being produced by Crypt TV from Hollywood directly.
If you have missed any of these,
Yeah.
then we would highly suggest to go watch them. Each one is different, each one is fun, so go watch the previous episodes too. And meanwhile, we'll be back soon.
Yeah, and
With
there
season
is
2?
and there is a playlist that has already been created for the Paranormal Chat Show. So in case you really like the first one, then the second one, then the third one, and then the things continue till the 9th episode, you can find all of them under one playlist. So it will be by the name The Paranormal Chat Show. And yeah, as she said, this is Paranormal Chat Show season finale. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe and please do like this video and the rest of the videos. And yes, before we sign up, we have a paranormal seminar coming up on 12th of June. That is this Friday, I believe. Friday or Saturday is in the weekends. Friday, right? Friday, and it's only $1,000, and all the experiences that we have had for 7 years, both of us and the entire team, all will be used to clear the basics of the paranormal world very professionally. So if you are interested, please do enroll. We have limited seats and they're filling up real fast. And till then, yeah, we don't know when we are going to commence our investigations, but we are planning soon, probably somewhere local. And
Yes.
then maybe you people can expect more investigation videos, the videos that you like, of course.
And
but
of course, if you haven't seen the previous ones, they are there.
Yes.
So go watch them.
Haunted Forest, Haunted Villa, a lot of them actually, and you certainly love them all. So please do go and watch it. And yeah, I think this is what it is, Paranormal Chat Show season finale, and we'll not meet you, अगर investigation video आ जाता है तो अच्छी बात है, otherwise directly in season 2, but we would try and get investigations done in between. Till then, take care and yeah, stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye.